This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
This isn't about the dead, it's about the living. It's about my mother. It's about my sister. It's about my wife. It's about the 14 years it took me to go from undesirable to ungoddamn deniable.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on Podomatic, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We talk about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty J. That is TWK.
Well, there is a big show.
Well, there was one on Wednesday. We'll cover, oh, you bet your ass we're talking about that. And Dark Side of the Ring as well. Joining us as well, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Shintigercurl.
Gentlemen, before we get started, we need to ask a question about the newest signee to AEW.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
Before we got to ask this one question, and it's the question for the chat that no one seems to want to ask when it concerns this new signee. Who better than Canyon?
Nobody.
Thank you.
I missed something here.
What did you miss?
I missed something with a new signee here.
Yeah, I just asked the question of this new signee.
The dude that's like the basketball dude, you mean?
No, the question is, who better than Canyon?
Well, nobody's better than Canyon, but what does that have to do with a new AEW signee?
Exactly.
This is going to be me for the next hour, for the next 50 minutes, I could tell. By the way, a big shout out to big shout out to Shintigercurl, of course. But a big shout out to Mike Shell, subscribed again to Tier 1, 47 months. Hot damn, what a hell of a match it was on Wednesday. Oh, we'll get to him. I'll get to him.
Yeah. 47, that's a killer number.
Mm-hmm. And then we say, hey, it's me, everybody's favorite #1 rated salesman, 97 Spammington Spam. Hi, Enigma. Effie has ended his 10-year reign as internet champion.
I was going to get to that. Thanks for spoiling it. I was going to talk about that myself.
You know what? You still get to talk about the match. I'm pretty sure you saw it.
Nope, I didn't have a chance to.
Look, I'm reading the chat. I didn't know. I did not know.
I had it on my list. Enigma, I had it on my list. You know I have a list of news.
Enigma says, the tongue out thing. Deltarune, baby. Well, Deltarune's awesome. I'm waiting for it to be released on the Switch. It will be soon, I'm sure. Anyway. We gotta do a thing. We got an hour. We got about 15 minutes to get all this stuff. We of course have WWE's pay-per-view quote unquote presentation coming up on Sunday. So we will give it the respect it deserves, which is about 5 minutes of our show this week. So yeah, it popped huge last night when I did the joke last night. Hopefully you folks are laughing. He's like, I can't hear you. Oh, it's on the Switch now? Well, thank you for... Okay, I'll be playing that this weekend then. Thank you, Enigma. I don't know if you've redeemed yourself over with T-Dub, though. Oh,
Toby Fox
Yeah.
is a little bitch.
Tell us how you really feel, TW.
All right, folks. His words, not mine or Shin's, okay? His words. At TWK Reviews on Twitter, okay?
Yes, go to @TWK Reviews on Twitter. Go and bother that person.
Or TWK Official on Twitter.
Nope, nope, too late. They're going to TWK Reviews on Twitter.
The thing's on the screen. Fuck you, dude. Anyway, so yeah, Extreme Rules will now get 3 minutes. The card's simple. By the way, only one of them has a stipulation worthy of Extreme Rules, and it's the main event. Everything else is a singles or triple threat. In no particular order other than the main event. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for the women's title. Triple threat between Damian Priest, Jeff Hardy, and Sheamus. That should be good. That's a good match on paper, actually. Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss. Usos versus Street Profits for the SmackDown tag titles, and Liv Morgan and Carmella fill out the undercard with Roman Reigns and the Demon Finn Balor doing an Extreme Rules thing at Extreme Rules for the WWE Universal Championship. For those wondering where the WWE title figures in this one, Big E's a new WWE champion.
I'm sure he'll cut a promo or something.
By the way, it's at TWK Official if you want to address your
complaints. TWK Reviews on Twitter. Go and complain to that person.
Dave. Anyway. So yeah, that's the card. Right, let's do some news.
Yep, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
For those wondering, what do you think? It's like Shin. Who do you think will win? Shin.
I don't care.
Thank you.
All right, so kick off our recap of Dynamite. First, we had Omega versus Danielson in Bryan Danielson's first ever 5-star match.
People are pissed off that it was a 30-minute Broadway, and I don't care about those marks. That was a perfect 30 minutes.
That end, when it comes to results, that's the perfect one because it protects both guys without it feeling like a cop-out.
There was no rush to a finish. There was two guys beating the crap out of each other for 30 minutes. And the opening itself, the hype from Arthur Ashe, I don't remember hearing New York being that loud since WrestleMania 20.
Also, we lost Shin.
Oh shit. Okay, is Extreme Rules that fucking bad that we had to lose Shin?
We needed a sacrifice for the greater good.
No, not for the greater good. That's not for the greater good. We need the Shin.
The greater good.
Shut it!
Thank you.
I know, but it's like you had to repeat it a couple more times for the joke to stick. You know that. Anyway, so but yeah, a lot of people were going Hogan Rock vibes. And I'm like, I get it. And I was getting those vibes from the stare down. Obviously, two different matches, of course. Also, Shin. Also, Chat. Shut it! They were doing the greater good gimmick in the chat.
Well, I have another gimmick for you.
Sure.
Shin! Thank you, Matty.
Come on, we kind of had to.
Especially because Shin is the biggest Metal Gear mark we know.
You would appreciate it.
This match was very, very good. 30 minutes of straight action.
Look, we're not adding anything new to the conversation. It got 5 stars from Meltzer. And people will go, oh, why is it Meltzer? Meltzer's a Meltzer. Folks, he's watched a lot of wrestling. He's watched a lot of American wrestling. 5 stars is not something that's easy to get.
I have to give props to this one spot in the match where Danielson's outside the ring. He's sitting on the ropes, and there's an elevator ramp with like nice Titantron on top of it.
That was a beautiful
just runs
set,
across
by the way.
And V-triggers the fuck out of him.
That was a beautiful set, by the way. Hello, Shintigercurl. Welcome back.
Damn you, Discord.
Yeah. We're talking about the man. We're still on the Danielson Omega match.
Well,
brought up the X8 vibes, so to speak.
I will say this every time I go back and rewatch it or re-examine this match, it gets higher and higher on my match of the year list. Higher. There's just all the little things. The fact that there was no interference, the slow build up, there was no rush towards the ending, the fact that they were still squabbing once the bell rang, and the fact that the Super Elite came out there and they didn't automatically jump Bryan Danielson and instead worried about Kenny.
There's a lot going on there when it comes to really good storytelling.
The fact that the fact that they gave it the full 30. Don Callis was at ringside, and of course he tried to be Don Callis, but I think he just became a fan by like the halfway mark. You could see him, both men are down. There's and he's slapping the mat as hard as everyone's clapping.
Yep.
This, how do you pick match of the year after that match?
We are spoiled for choice this year.
Jesus Christ! You would think in a pandemic year this would make it easier, but you got Walter versus Dragunov. You have there was one in All Out.
Brothers versus Young Bucks.
That's the one. Thank you. But then again, that was a banger pay-per-view, to be fair. And now you got this one.
I'm pretty sure there's some other ones throughout the year that we've forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are spoiled for choice this year when it comes
like
to
right now. We just named the top three, and if your list contained either of those three, I wouldn't argue. I would not find an argument on your pick. That's how good the year was.
And this match was so good that it unfortunately killed the crowd for most of the night.
It broke New York, folks. That's the sad part. The obvious thing was they wanted to open it up with the strongest thing possible and give the ladies the main event, which, again, on paper, good fucking idea. In execution, you broke New York after Punk. you kind of did.
But you know something? You know what this reminds me of? Omega Okada 2.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Pretty damn good as well.
That was a G1 climax, if I remember correctly, which had the 30-minute gimmick. Yep.
No, that was Omega Okada 3. Omega Okada 2 was Dominion.
With a 60-minute draw.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. I got myself mixed up.
And you know something about this? I think that if they're gonna do some callbacks to Omega Okada, I think they're gonna have it would be smart for them to have Kenny challenge Bryan.
Really?
Yeah, because when Kenny finally got his win and got the world title off Okada, it wasn't because Kenny challenged Okada. Okada challenged Kenny because there was no definitive winner in their feud. And in his own mind, if he wanted to be the super champion of New Japan, he had to definitively beat Kenny.
I think what he tweeted after the match, the quote from Apollo Creed from Rocky, the first one, very apropos. Ain't gonna be no rematch. Of course, Rocky would say, "I don't want one," and the sequel happens, and Apollo Creed wants that fucking rematch.
Yeah. I think this is what if they're gonna do Bryan, they're gonna do Danielson versus Omega again. Kenny has to be the one to challenge him. Like, look, even though we went a broad way, I need to know that I'm better than you.
With everyone saying no, don't do it. Don't. You were lucky the first time, but in his mind, especially in Apollo Creed's mind, I gotta know, man. Can I knock your ass out?
You want the belt? We could put the belt on the line anytime, anywhere. I just want a piece of you again.
Build it up. Give Danielson a couple wins so you have the illusion of him earning it. Yeah. Or you know what? It could maybe you don't even need the belt. Maybe you just need a Hangman Page to pop up, fuck everything up, and then you got Omega Page again. Which, hey, that'll happen. Of course, Omega loses, and the only way for him to get his mojo back, 60-minute time limit.
Iron Man match.
Iron Man. Well, maybe not an Iron Man. Just go to full hour. Guarantee the full hour, like on Dynamite on a special show. You started at 9, that's your main event, and it goes all the way up to 10. Whether you want to do a draw or not is up to you. Is up to the booker at that point.
Yeah.
And Omega will not do that. Omega has done that.
Everything about this whole Bryan Danielson situation is out of character for current Kenny.
But again, I go back to the original to the acceptance of the match. Yes, you had Goofy Omega, but once the shades came off and he's like, "Where are your balls?" It went from Goofy Omega to New Japan look Omega, as in big time Omega.
That's what I mean. I mean, the entirety of Kenny's match that night was just strictly no frills, no outside interference, no shenanigans. It was just him against Bryan, head up.
30 minutes.
This just showed you that there is still a little bit of New Japan Kenny left in this current Kenny, and I love it.
It'll pop up eventually. Right now, it's just a case of it's a bring it back to Goofy heel Omega that everyone loves to hate, but build it up, build that doubt. The minute it builds up is the minute you get, oh shit, it might happen again. Mm-hmm. You just gave him a taste. That was perfect.
You want a taste? You want a taste? You got it. You got one taste. Get another taste later.
Big question. Okay, big question, Brian. Where's the gabagool?
Everybody wants to be from New Jersey now.
Just ask me what a gabagool is.
Well, someone who's full of nothing but gabagool is Mr. CM Punk.
Yeah, he had a promo, and he had the perfect words to follow it. How do you follow?
Yeah, he says, "I'm glad I'm not wrestling on this show. How do you follow that?"
You know, Punk was marking out in the back.
Punk was sitting back going, "I'm just watching who the best go at it, and I don't care." I'm like, I'll pick up the stick and say, "How do you fucking follow that?" Facts, ladies and gentlemen. That's a factual statement.
Indeed, and he cut quite a good promo saying that he's not going to be the angry, grumpy Punk. He's going to try to be as happy as possible because he's back. He loves being in front of the crowd because seeing all them just puts a big old smile on his face.
And then, when Team Taz wants to fuck it up, all right, you'll get grumpy Punk for a couple of minutes, and then I'll be back to happy.
So for this promo, CM Punk was essentially Simon Miller.
For now. And he even said, hey, it'll happen eventually.
Indeed.
Well, someone who's definitely not happy is Brian Pillman Jr. Because he lost clean as a whistle to Mr. Maxwell Jerkoff Friedman.
In a good match. I mean, the crowd wasn't there, but it is what it is.
It was a pretty good match.
It was good, but, sucks that they had to follow that. Felt bad for them. They did their damnedest, though, although I still find it weird that after the promo that MJF cut, he won clean. I just find it odd because after
you sure it's clean? I don't remember it being clean.
It was a clean win. He literally caught Pillman.
Did your monitor break again?
No, he caught Pillman off of a springboard and made him tap out clean.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Are you sure that wasn't Wardlow in there?
No, Wardlow's on the other side of the ring.
Oh.
I didn't see any shenanigans.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it was a clean victory, which made me really surprised. I was like, oh, I thought there was going to be some sort of interference or something to keep the heat going or something. But no, just a clean victory for MJF. All righty then. Another clean victory was Darby and Sting defeated Fuck the Revival.
That sounds like the world's worst rock band right there.
Well, that's their tag team name. I didn't choose it.
Fuck the Revival.
Yeah.
They're the ones that chose the name. Anyways, the match was pretty good, and Sting can still move around relatively well.
I was happy expecting them to try to carry Sting in this match, but Sting looked incredible out there for a guy his age.
Yeah, he's in his early 60s, if I'm correct.
62.
Yeah, so a guy who's 62 years old.
Still handling himself like he's 40. That's not a bad thing.
Not at all. And kind of odd face paint choice for Sting, though.
I think it was more of a tag team unity kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It reminded a lot of people of Joker Sting, which, hey, that's not a bad comparison.
Not crazy enough to be Joker Sting yet. Not crazy enough.
No. I don't think we want to go that deep again. Not for a while, anyway.
Then they'll start thinking that he's legitimately senile.
Jesus, yeah. Yeah, that would not be a good thing.
One thing that is an incredibly good thing that I cannot wait to see is Sammy Guevara challenging Miro for the TNT Championship, and I do expect a title change next week.
Now, we have not seen the show. I've only been spoiled on the match order, but not the actual results, so I have no idea what's going to happen on Rampage. But yeah, Sammy Guevara versus Miro. I could totally see Sammy Guevara win.
Yep, it's going to happen next week on Dynamite.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Part of me wants to see Sammy win because, hometown boy. Another part of me wants to see Miro keep running with the TNT title. He's too good.
He's great, but it's Sammy's time now. He's bringing the belt to the vlog.
My body only serves two people. Pain for my God, pleasure for my wife. Sometimes pain.
Ooh, Miro's a kinky so-and-so.
As is Malachi Black, as he splooged all over Cody to win his match over the American
black
Nightmare.
goo from his mouth. Jesus Christ. Did you have to be going on the hard on the phrasing?
What? Did he went, and then he splooged all over Cody, just like that.
Spit. Missed.
Well, whatever phrasing you prefer to use.
It was the right decision, especially with that crowd.
Yeah, that crowd. Okay. There were teases, some teases and allusions of maybe turning Cody heel. New York, when it comes to New York, when it sees something and wants it, they will go with it. And New York wants Cody heel. And then in Extreme, dude, the X-Pac heat. I don't know if it's complete X-Pac heat. Because X-Pac heat means there are people leaving the building. I have not seen people leaving the building. At least not for Malachi Black. But
no.
If Cody needed an indication of, hey, maybe a heel turn might be a good idea, New York flat out fucking confirmed it.
And if people are wondering why the crowd was booing Cody, it's because, well, he's been acting like a heel for like the past 6 months, essentially.
Yeah, he's been teetering on tweener territory for a while to see what the crowd felt like. And, well, Cody is kind of AEW's Triple H in a sense. So,
just minus getting all the belts all the time.
Yeah. He kind of made sure that stipulation was there for a reason.
And minus the shovel.
And yeah. Though I must admit that's an unfortunate choice because, well, the shovel is a good weapon.
Well, but at the very least, Malachi Black is 2-0 against Cody. So that's good stuff. Although, the one thing that I found hilarious is someone took a picture of Cody during his entrance, and his cape was like 2 feet long.
Oh, God. Ah! Oh, no.
Why did it need to be that long?
2 feet?
Needed 2 feet across, like once it hit the ground.
Oh, Jesus, that's okay.
That was
because 2 feet short. You know what I mean?
That was a long train he was carrying that night.
Yeah, like it went all the way down his back and then 2 feet all the way across the ramp. So yeah, a little excessive.
Little bit.
Oh, I will say Brandy Rhodes back in great shape.
She looks good.
Indeed,
Like,
she does.
legit looks good.
Like she didn't miss a beat.
No.
And two people who also didn't miss a beat in this match, in the main event match, Baker and Soho. That was one hell of a main event.
Crowd was a little tired, but they you could tell that they were still interested in the matchup, and they're trying to make sure that people are reminded that Britt Baker's a heel. Soho did her best, but the crowd just wants to love Britt.
It was split from what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost 50-50 there, but both women held up their end of the match.
Solid main event. There should not be any shame, for sure.
And they did a good job of making Soho look good because she almost got the win, but numbers game, good old-fashioned heel numbers game.
Hello, Jamie Hayter. Mm-mm.
And Reba Rebel.
Yeah, whatever. I'm talking about Jamie Hayter.
Always with this guy. Anyways, Baker did pick up the victory with a little mandible claw action. And then, of course, celebrated afterwards as they faded to black. And we also got news that AEW's Dynamite is officially in January moving to TBS, with Rampage staying on TNT.
Yeah, Rampage will stay on TNT in its current time slot. TBS will have Dynamite on the very first show of the year, 2022, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
And with them moving to TBS, there's now heavy rumors going around, started by Mr. Andrew Zarian of the Madman Podcast, that there's going to be a TBS title for the women.
So basically, what the TNT title is for the men's division, the TBS title is for the women's division. I'm 50-50 on this. I would think a 6-man title should be a no-brainer, but a mid-card women's title, you sure you got the women's division for it? And I thought about it, and I'm like, well, you know what? That could be a hell of a way to get more women on TV and give them more exposure. There's some... Layla Hirsch comes to mind as someone that's been long overdue something of substance.
I would say Layla Hirsch, Big Swole.
Could be a hell of a way to push Jade Cargill, put a belt on her without putting the world title on her.
Yeah, Jade Cargill, Diamante. They got quite a few women that's occupying their mid-card women's division that could definitely go for that.
I could see it.
So the more I thought about it, like, you know, it's not the worst idea. If that's the case, fair play.
If they really want to grow Jade Cargill to be the next main eventer for the women's division, let's say put it on her. Have her run through a bunch of the top women's talent before dropping it to somebody and then moving on to whoever is the top women's champion at the time.
And of course, before we get to more of the fun stuff, we gotta push the brakes a little bit on that and talk about some serious stuff, because another week, another episode of Dark Side of the Ring. This week's episode focusing on Chris Kanyon.
I will say this: mental health is a real issue. If you got a thing, go see a professional.
Mm-hmm.
It seems obvious to say it, but it needs to be said.
One thing I wasn't aware of is how close James Mitchell still was with Kanyon, even after all those years.
Hell, I didn't even know that Kanyon was close with Brian Cage and the Bucks.
Well, Brian Cage, I knew they were close, but I didn't know he was friends with Matt Jackson. And the thing is, I've heard so many stories of all different wrestlers that had to talk him down from suicide over the last few years of his life. I've heard, I've heard a lot of stories of different people in wrestling who, for the past few years, they would always wonder if this year is going to be the year he does it. And the way they talk about it almost felt like an inevitability with how on the edge he was.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone needs to seek help, please do, because suicide's never the way to go.
No. And, JC in the chat, Ric Flair released a statement about this one. Ric Flair's been releasing statements about everything this week, and at this point, I think everyone that's been telling him to shut up And he said, nope. And I'm like, no, seriously, shut the fuck up.
He's just digging bigger holes for himself, really.
Dig, stupid. Dig up.
Yep.
Like, why hasn't his publicist or agent or whoever just taken his phone from him? I feel so bad for Charlotte right now. I feel so bad for her. Imagine that's your dad. Seriously, imagine that's your dad right now. Just, oh my God.
All right, you want to release a statement? Okay, you get one. After that, shut the fuck up. And he refuses to shut the fuck up because he's Ric fucking Flair.
It's embarrassing.
Now, speaking of statements, I was a little confused because I brought this topic up with the boys. A lot of news regarding John Cena. John Cena was trending a little bit after Dark Side of the Ring. And I thought, oh, fuck, are they going to try to cancel it? And I'm like, wait a minute. Why are we canceling John Cena? I watched the clip without the Dark Side stuff. John Cena basically was on Howard Stern in 06. Chris Kanyon had brought up the company in Ill, which at the time was not the style. It was beginning to become the style at the time. And Chris said some things. John Cena's next week. Howard Stern asked, hey, do you want to do a statement? Sure. And he basically said Chris Kanyon was bad. It was not a WWE guy. Okay. If there are people who want to cancel John Cena on that statement, shut up. It's a mountain out of a molehill. Why are we canceling John Cena? We're not canceling. Why the fuck would we cancel John Cena in the first fucking place? He was a company man, and B, he probably knew Chris Kanyon for his WWF work, not his WCW work. Which, have you seen his WWF work? Yeah. Who better than Kanyon? He's a boy. In OSW terms, he was a fucking boy.
That's always been his catchphrase.
Oh, wait, is that one, true, two, in WWF, he was a fucking boy.
Unfortunately, due to the fact that ever since he returned from his injury, they only saw him as a jobber.
Which is unfortunate, but those are the facts. Now, he's on my boys table because he was fucking awesome. But the reality is he was, as many people are now, misused and miscast or misused in the WWF, in the Fed. John Cena was simply giving his honest opinion on something. That's it. So why are we shitting on John Cena for that? For an opinion that he had in 2006?
Because people are just responding to it. That's it. They're like, what the fuck, John? You thought he sucked? You thought he wasn't a good wrestler? Have you seen any of his stuff, actually? Like, that's all people were saying.
Probably hasn't.
And JC put out stuff. He says, I haven't seen anything about canceling John Cena, just people reacting to people trying to cancel him. So I think this is the case of people just co-opting the moment to rant about cancel culture. Exactly. That's all I saw.
Co-opting the moment. And I'm like, at this point, do we really need to bring up cancel culture? I mean, enough of the cancel culture, for fuck's sake. Enough. Ric Flair said some bad words, and Tommy Dreamer should be fired from Impact. But those are over words he said on the thing. John Cena was literally, there was a clip that was more than likely taken out of context, though it probably wasn't, from 2006. And it was opinion on his wrestling skill. And at the beginning of the clip, they said he came out of the closet after he left the Fed, which technically true.
Yeah, I also saw clips of his back and forth with Ric Flair the next weekend. Oh boy, Flair didn't come off good on that because watching the back and forth, Chris Kanyon multiple times said, even though he came out afterwards, he said everybody already knew at the time. Everybody knew. There's no secrets in wrestling.
It's possible. Considering what Mitchell said about that party he had and that woman coming over saying, I think your friend is gay. It's very possible that a few, or maybe more than a few, in the Fed back in the time knew he was gay. He just didn't come out at the time.
Well, they didn't have him dressed like Boy George.
No.
And do that voice and then have Undertaker brain him with the wrong
Exactly.
side of a chair.
Exactly. Like that was his return. That was the segment that announced his return after what, a year and a half after an injury.
Yeah, a year and a half
Yeah.
with an injury.
And they have him come out of a closet singing Boy George, and then having the Undertaker beat him within an inch of his life. I'm not saying the WWE did this because he was gay, but it's too much. It's too much coincidence.
It is
with
too
that
much of a
company.
there are patterns emerging, but
Chris Jericho thought it was a punishment.
yeah.
He was there.
Yeah.
He was in the locker room. So if Chris Jericho says, yeah, that was them burying him, I'm going to believe Chris Jericho over some guy who sounded like a stooge on the show. He's like, oh, WWE would never be that petty. I'm like, have you seen the product?
Yeah, especially as a goddamn late. Seriously, but
You think they
look,
wouldn't be that petty? Who, like,
Especially,
Cena was saying words out of his mouth because Howard Stern was staring at him. Howard Stern. There are people like Stern, like the late Larry King, where you these guys are paid to make you feel and say uncomfortable things. Period.
these guys are at the very least master crafts at interviews.
Absolutely.
part of me just wants to say it was John Cena was young and dumb. He was just being a company guy and didn't know what he was saying. If you asked him nowadays, he would more than likely have a different opinion of Chris Kanyon.
Yeah. And unlike Ric Flair, his best move will be to shut up and just go on to the next Hollywood thing. That's it.
Yeah, he's basically just going to be like, all right, Biz, he hasn't even released a statement because he knows better. He knows better than to acknowledge this.
I was like, if someone asks, listen, that was 06, my difference of opinion now. Or different now. That's
Cena's not an idiot like Flair is, who's been releasing statements nonstop. Just, God damn it, Flair, shut
He's
up.
going to release a statement about a statement about a statement. Oh, wait. I got another statement from Ric Flair. Woo. And that'll be it. All right. That's it.
Overall, it was still a pretty sad episode, but hopefully it can shed some light from mental health. Does
And
anyone know
Hairball
next
was
week's
talking about Tommy Dreamer. Yeah, we've been made aware that he's been off busted open. It was done since last week. Moving on.
Does anyone know what next week's episode is? Hopefully something more lighthearted.
I know one of them from the trailer is the XPW. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's more fun.
Oh, folks, I have the DVDs from the XPW TV show.
The next
and
one
the next one is Onita.
Oh shit.
FMW.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Deathmatch, baby.
Oh no! Oh, don't drop now! Don't drop now! Not now!
No!
Not now! Okay, good. God damn it, OBS! Don't pull this shit.
I blame the Twitch servers.
I blame my internet because my mom insists on streaming right now.
I blame Jim Brewer.
You know what, boys? I just
I blame Frank Stallone.
God damn it! If you're gonna do it, T-Dub, you gotta do it Norm Macdonald style. You have to do it like that.
So apparently, Matty is having issues with his internet and keeping it on Twitch. Well, I've just received word from Twitch.com that they found the reason for why he's having problems.
The culprit?
He is.
You guessed it.
You guessed it.
Frank Stallone. See, that's how you fucking do it. We are back, by the way. I was like, it was derping for a few seconds. Oh, we didn't stop.
Much time,
okay, good. I didn't stop, but OBS said we stopped for a second. Anyway.
So let's get to this next one quite quickly because we're running short on time.
Yeah.
Effie defeated Matt Cardona for the internet title, and he's now holding it in a picture on Twitter, and it looks quite snazzy.
Yeah, it's for those. It's on Twitter. It looks like it's in a subway or the entrance of an escalator. So yay!
I just have one question: where's Matt's dad in all this?
That's a very good question.
And I like the fact that the URL ends with 666. Very nice. Because the champ is queer, as the man said himself.
Aha.
Ba, 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 ba.
Nice.
We also have news for Bound for Glory coming up October 23rd, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The 2 main events have been announced. Challenging for the Impact Knockouts Championship will be Mickie James taking on Deonna Purrazzo, and Christian Cage will be defending the Impact World title against the Option C Cashy, Josh Alexander.
Dream match right there.
Looks like we got another match of the year candidate in the making, boys.
Ooh, I'm going to be watching that with interest.
Also, there's going to be a series of triple threat matches to crown a new X Division champion, with the final triple threat match taking place at Bound for Glory. So, already going to be one hell of a show.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And that is all the news I have, unless Shin, Matty, you guys have something you'd like to bring?
I only got one bit of news that
Sure.
came as a very big surprise to me. It was announced on her Twitter that Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux are officially engaged.
Yeah, the picture was shared by Scarlett on Twitter. Congratulations to the happy couple.
I didn't even know. I thought they were already married, so this was a surprise to me.
It's a shock. It was a shock to me too, but you know what? Good on them. Still.
Now, can they bring Scarlett up to the main roster already? Fuck's sakes.
There's your answer, D-Dub.
Oh, and JC brings up Naito's out of the G1 with a knee injury and probably out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, this was brought up earlier in the weekend. He suffered a knee injury. He is out, and rumors have it out for the rest of the year. He may actually miss Wrestle Kingdom with that knee injury.
Which will be the first Wrestle Kingdom he's missed in ages.
New Japan cannot catch a break.
Ever since they brought in that belt, they've been cursed.
Ever since the pandemic, they've been cursed.
That belt hasn't helped.
That belt did not help, but since the pandemic, they have been cursed.
What the hell did they make that belt out of? Pieces of Little Bastard?
I think pieces of a book. Let me see here. It's called the Necronomicon.
To quote Ash Williams from Ash vs. Evil Dead, oh, fuck.
For those of you who don't know your history, the Little Bastard is the name of the car that James Dean died in.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, ooh.
And according to legend, everyone who has ever owned the car or even a piece of the car has died horrific, violent, sudden deaths.
And now I'm reminded of a song from Tony Hawk's Underground. I want to live like James Dean. I want to die a superstar. I want to drive like Christine. I want to ride the devil's car.
It was probably talking about the Little Bastard.
Well, I think it was a combination of James Dean and the car Christine from Stephen King.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, that's New Japan has not been able to catch a break, even with the Forbidden Door helping them out.
The problem is it's hard to get people into the country because of the having to quarantine them and all those restrictions.
There's still a lot of restrictions because, ladies and gentlemen, this is still a mother-loving goddamn pandemic.
Hopefully they can get some vaccines over there, get it going, get it distributed, and get everything back and going. Because without Gaijin talent, that roster is getting thinner and thinner with all these sicknesses and injuries.
That's why
Rough shit.
That's why I haven't really watched the G1 this year.
I forgot the thing was on this year, to be honest.
Although I did hear that Okada and Tanahashi had an instant classic, as they are ones to do.
I mean, they sneeze, it's an instant classic, to be fair.
See,
They farted. They fart, it's an instant classic.
Pretty much.
Break in case of emergency, send Okada and Tanahashi out there.
Both of them belch at the same time. 5 stars, Dave Meltzer.
they look at Yoshihashi disappointingly, it's an instant classic.
They throw Yoshihashi out 5 stars. Dave Meltzer classic. Anyway,
Commissioner wants to know: could New Japan be heading towards another hiatus? I hope not.
I mean,
if they keep losing roster members,
they may have to. They may have to. I hope they don't. Not. The one hopes they don't, but they may have to. Anyway, I got a piece of news, but I will keep it to the winners because I think it is worthwhile mentioning in the winners section. We may as well get to the winners and or losers, gentlemen. Shin, kick us off.
Okay. Didn't have much in the way of D-cell batteries because he was generally good for wrestling. But one, I'll just give Ric Flair. God damn it, Rick! Just shut the fuck up. Just put the Twitter down. Go have a drink at the bar and shut the fuck up. You are digging yourself into a well, and you're not digging up, stupid. As for everything else, WWE, just because Extreme Rules is not as extreme as they would like it to be.
I think they forgot it was supposed to be Extreme Rules.
I forgot that was a pay-per-view at all.
I know, right? All them panic booking decisions. I think they forgot to panic book a pay-per-view.
Enigma says, if your lawyer tells you to shut up, fucking listen.
There you go. There you fucking go.
I feel bad. I hope his lawyer's being paid well and bonuses.
He damn well better.
Oh, my God. This is not being paid enough to deal with that. Anyways, my loser this week, all the jabronis who have spent the past week defending Ric Flair. What is wrong with you? He's not going to be your friend.
Oh, no. Folks.
Ham and egg.
Yeah. D-Dub, Shin said it best. Brain said it best. Ham and eggers.
Oh my God, JC says the Saudi show will be 90% Extreme Rules rematches with more extreme stipulations.
Oh, he said loser WWE for the Joe Gacy thing.
Yeah, that's cringy. That just sounds really cringy.
They tried to do PC Principle and it did not work.
It fucking failed.
Just let him do his manhunt gimmick. You know, if NXT is going to be like this edgy show, like I've been hearing the dirt sheets say, then let him go do his manhunt gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah. For my losers, look, this ain't going to make John Cena, the dark side of the ring, John Cena's not going to look good for a couple of weeks, and I'm going to put him on the loser list for that. But this is a mountains out of molehills kind of situation. Those people trying to cancel John Cena, if there are any, can kindly shut the fuck up. Same as the people trying to defend Ric Flair, by the way. They're going to be thrown in. Speaking of Ric Flair, once again, with Tommy Dreamer last week, prime opportunity to shut the fuck up, Rick. Probably should take it.
I'll give Tommy Dreamer this. He's actually taken that opportunity now that he's, been suspended. He's actually taken that opportunity, release one statement, and then he's shut the fuck up.
Yeah, say I did not. I knew it was bad. I'm sorry. I'm taking my punishment. I'm gonna be over here now. Won't say a word. That should be you too, Rick. That should be you too.
Seriously, somebody just take his phone away from him. Jesus Christ. And once again, I feel so bad for Charlotte because that's her dad. I can't imagine being related to somebody doing that. Just be like, oh my God.
Ric Flair's so bad. One of my Go-Guy keys, Flair flopped on the floor.
Wow. Okay, then.
That was a noise there. Anyway. Yeah, let's do, Ric Flair loser. Let's do winners.
We already know who the winners is. It's going to be a sweep, so got to get that broom ready.
Yeah, let's get that broom. I think AEW's on your list too there, T-Dub.
AEW for putting out some banger shows, one we're going to be watching in about 11 minutes. goddamn Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega. Oh, the stuff of legends. Let's see who else. Lindy for gift subbing me a 1 month subscription to Chugs' channel.
Oh, that's nice.
I was just watching Chugs playing Resident Evil Remake. All of a sudden, I get a notification. You've been gifted a gift sub to the Chugs.
Yeah, a lot of people do gift subs. It helps the streamer, and it gives people who may not be able to afford a Prime subscription a sub for a month. Thumbs up all around.
Yeah, and Chugs for just being so goddamn entertaining when he streams. If you haven't seen Chugs stream, please do. It is
so worth your time. It is absolutely worth your time.
My last winner, I mentioned it in the lead up to the show, and I mentioned it here tonight. Today is the 76th birthday of one Maximilian Christensen, aka Maximilian Dude.
He's 37.
He turned 38 yesterday.
He's 38.
He is 96 years old, and he doesn't look a day over it.
I don't understand you sometimes, Shin. I don't understand you.
T-Dub, he's trolling both of us. He's doing what you do to me.
What's that?
Troll.
I don't understand.
So hopefully JJ's made him something to eat. Benny has been a good boy. Luna's been a good girl. The dudes do something nice for him. And Ripley just be's freaking adorable. Just and I'm done.
All right, T-Dub. We're assuming AEW's in there as well.
Yes, AEW's did a winner. You know, really good show last Wednesday. And of course, got a winner too. Ryuga Go Studios for the release of Lost Judgment. Been excellent so far. And they improved everything that worked. And they fixed a lot of what didn't in the previous game. So it's exactly what a sequel should be.
All right. For me, C4 Wrestling and Fighting Back 10. Obviously, I wasn't there because the tickets sold out before I even got a sniff at a shot at getting it. But they had a great show. New C4 Heavyweight Champion of the World, Speedball Mike Bailey. There was a clip of the aftermath floating around on Twitter during the weekend, and you should seek it out. That's a fun clip. And the full VOD is available on Independent Wrestling IWTV. It is a paid subscription, but if you want to wait for the full VOD, it will be out soon. I've been reliably informed. But if you want to see it now, if you have the Independent Wrestling TV app, you should be able to find it now. Or you could Google Fighting Back 10 VOD C4 Wrestling. Should be around. You should be able to find the app in there as well. Also, a winner for $105,000 raised for the Canadian Cancer Society. That's a record. That's the highest it's ever been risen in 1 year. And AEW, for all of the obvious reasons. And I'm going to give one to Braun Breaker. Stinger will explain it all, but boys, if there was any doubt he was a Steiner, they've been dashed when he cut a promo live in front of a crowd after beating people up this week. He's a mother. He's got his uncle's talking. He's got his uncle's angry promo down pat, or passionate promo at the very least. Loud, shouty man, balls and bitches. Yes. And that's going to be it. All right, speed round plug time, boys. Let's do it. We could do it in under 2 minutes.
Maxicorn, YouTube. Check out my stuff. Going to be doing more Shadows of Brimstone playthroughs. Already uploaded a new video. Check that shit out. Buy my book because...
Yeah, buy the book before it goes off Amazon. Absolutely.
Watch my videos. Link right there in the Twitch chat. Right there. Click the link. Go watch my videos.
And of course, you can follow us on Twitter. I'm at AJ316, at TWAKOfficial, and at Shintigercurl. Questions, emails, the Wrestle-Cast@gmail.com. Discord's in the Discord chat is in the thing. Hairball asks, do you think this is the end of House of Hardcore? It ain't coming back for a while, that's for sure. No, yeah, hiatus. I would not be surprised. That being said, on behalf of everybody here, including Shintigercurl, Shin?
Who is Big E Langston?
No, that is incorrect, sir. Though that is a factually correct answer as well. Just not to this one. TW and TWK.
Who better than the Wrestle-Cast?
Nobody.
I didn't say everybody.
My name is Turd Ferguson. I mean, Matty. Give money to help professional wrestling support your independent promotion as soon as possible. I'm sorry I had to cut you off on the Turd Ferguson joke there, Chin. I'm sorry.
Whatever, I don't care.
Thank you, Turd. Have a good one. Have a safe one. Enjoy Rampage. Reports say good stuff about to happen. Have a good one. Have a safe one. We'll talk to you next week on a full show, I hope. Bye, everybody. Bye.
See, they want to see this fight continue on. So how about this? How about you two bitches grow a set of balls and face me and Ciampa in a tag team match tonight?
How do you follow that?